coupler. The issue we're dealing with here is the shift coupler, and occasionally it won't go into third gear. I go from, it's usually an upshift from second to third, and it just doesn't go in, and I end up going second to fourth just to please the car, and then the next time it smoothly goes second to third. So I don't think that it is an issue with the adjustment of the shifter, because sometimes it works perfectly. And third to fourth is no problem at all. So one thing that happened was about a year and a half ago, I was driving and the car popped out of fourth gear, and it's never done that before. So at that point I lifted up the seat and basically went to the shift coupler and found that it was loose. So I tightened that up with one of the grub screws, and I believe I rewired it. We'll see that in just a minute here, whether I did or not. And so then it quit popping out of fourth. But what I did in the meantime to get it to stop popping out of fourth was I put a bungee cord from the green bungee cord there, from the bottom of the seat rail to a sock, and then when I was in fourth, I would throw that over the top of the shifter. So yeah, so once in fourth, you just toss that on there, and it would keep it from popping out. So I'd put it in fourth and keep it there, and it's not a significant amount of pressure, but it would hold it in fourth. It seems like it would, when I was driving, it would slowly walk forward a little bit, and finally pop. So, but definitely, that's a long way to go to the neutral position. So put it in fourth and throw the sock on it. The sock, I just cut a hole in the toe area of the sock. And yeah, so that's one way to hold your car into one of the backward rear position gears. Anyway, let's get to taking the seat out and start figuring out how to replace the coupler. All right, so first thing we got to do is take the back seat out. You're going to grab that side, lift it up a little bit on the butt. Yeah, just lift the butt up. Be careful not to tear this.
Yeah.
I'll go high, you go low.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Okay. So here we take off the bottom seal plate.
Just kind of prise up after you take the screw out.
And here we go. Wow, it's been put on with a funky nut. Things don't look really good. Oh, this is interesting. Good. We have a connector that has no grub screw on the bottom, a grub screw on the top, and a grub screw on the bottom. So I don't know what's up with this, whether I have a bus hockey stick, which this is the hockey stick that goes into the tranny, and this is the shift rod. But either way, the screws are on opposite sides from the one we have. Where's the replacement part? Oh yeah, we're one on each side here and nothing on this side on either end.
Huh.
So, and I don't think I can just twist one of these around in a circle and make it work.
Alright, recording.
So I'm going to take the shifter out and see if the rod's bouncing around up front here.
Yeah.
So typically when you do this,
2 bolts.
the person doing the work sits on the passenger side, so he didn't have to deal with the steering wheel in a way, but well, it's a 14. It's another trick for you: paint your tools in case you're working with someone else. You know whose tool's whose. But don't paint the side that has the number or what says what size socket you're using. So I'm going to put it in neutral just so we know that's where we are.
So just loosen the 2 bolts that are 14s
Yeah, these are 14s on this car. Which,
on this car.
yeah, it's a 59. So
It may be
okay,
different
and then
for
there's
different years.
the all the stuff is nice and greased up there. That's good. Worst thing is if it's ever dry. And this is that's the pin that does the reverse lockout. Yeah. All right. This is the reverse lockout plate. Interesting to note, they have washers underneath this, so there's been some
Shifter work.
adjustment here. There is no slop in this shift rod. So yeah, there's the reverse lockout mechanism. That little lip that's there. Yeah, here's this grease is kind of nasty. It's old. It's crusty. Get it in the sunlight, we'll see it. Yeah, good stuff. It's synthetic. Okay.
Red grease for a red car.
It makes that thing roll to point to one of the other selector fingers. Because not only do you have to move the shifter front and back, you have to, or the shift rod, you have to move it side to side.
Get the bolts started before you fully tighten one. Get
Oh
both.
right, yeah, get them for
Get 'em
sure. You just don't want to get these
started.
just spinning, and then you got to figure out how everything's going to line up, which is a little bit of trial and error. All right, we're held in previous position, which was really far back, and I'm trying to hit a third. So hitting third gear is a push on the. There's a pivot point, so there's a push. When I go to the third, I push the shift rod back, and when I go to second or fourth, I pull the shift rod toward the front of the car. So I'm thinking about where this thing lines up. This was pushed back, so I would have less push forward. And to start with, it was barely showing a little bit of hole on the rear of the vehicle. I'm going to try with it centered. I've removed the 2 spacer washers that someone had put in. I don't know why that was done, but I am having issues with this, so I'm thinking put it back to what it should be. So I'm just hand tightening this, so you can see up here where the previous alignment was. So I'm definitely, well, so there. Okay, so that is about the middle. Let's see what it feels like. Zoom in a little bit. Still feels like right there I'm grabbing 2 of the shift selectors instead of just 1. So that means that action needs to roll the shifter farther over, so that tells me to slide the whole thing this way. So let's see now. The first second seems fine. Not sure I'm getting reverse. Yeah, that's reverse. Looking at where I'm at in the shift selector here. This is reverse brake, and it is a maintenance item, although very rare that you have to change it, but you do have to change it, and the coupler. And I've got a situation where I don't know how to change my coupler with what I've got, because I've got a bug. I believe I have a bug with a bus hockey stick.
All right, let's get the tools out of the way and go for a cruise.